show in the world. The number 2 show in the world. The Craig Ferguson Show, SiriusXM.
Josh played a Morgan and Freeman impersonator on the show.
That's a stretch.
It was a bit of a stretch for me. But it was nice. They added extra scenes and lines and things.
Did I tell you we ran into Morgan Freeman in New York?
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
And
he was asking
spoke
for you?
highly of me.
Yeah, he did. He loves you.
How's Josh Roberts, whatever his name is?
Josh Robert Thompson.
How's he doing?
Yeah, no, he loves you.
How's that Jay Gorilla Penis? Have you bumped into him?
Yeah.
He's a good guy.
Did you ever work? You don't have to say names. Have you ever worked with somebody who you just couldn't reach, like they were like an actor who just won't take direction, like they're just gonna do it their way?
Well, I mean, I worked with Burt Reynolds.
Okay, so there you go.
And all that anti-authority stuff that shows up in his movies is real.
Yeah.
Like, he's truly an anti-authority personality.
So anyone who represents authority?
Well, I mean, on a movie set, the director is the authority.
The number one guy.
And he showed up in Baton Rouge. And first of all, when Warner Brothers asked him to be in the movie, he
said, is Dukes of Hazzard,
yeah,
right?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Right.
He said, because let me go back up. When Warner Brothers asked me to do the movie, I said, I'll do the movie under one condition, that I get Willie Nelson and Burt Reynolds. Right?
Nice.
If I don't have, and they said, to play the Duke Boys? And I'm like, no, but I'd see that movie, right?
Who was running the studio then?
Jeff Robinoff.
Right, okay.
And so, I said, if they don't get these guys, I'm not doing the movie.
Right.
Because I need a bridge back to the 70s and the 80s. Right. And these are the guys. And so when they asked, Burt Reynolds to do the movie, he's like, yeah, I'll do the movie as long as I can direct the picture. And then they got him off that, and he agreed to be in the film. And then he showed up in Baton Rouge. And, the first day we were shooting, we shot like a 5-page dialogue scene. And Boss Hogg, has all these things he's got to say to set up jokes and to set up plot. And he seemed not to have seen the script yet. And so he didn't know any of the lines. So I shot Knoxville and Sean William Scott first so that Burt could practice. And then when we flipped around, he still didn't know the lines yet, right? So I ended up making him cue cards. And in the end, the scene is great. And he's hilarious in it, right? And we do that sometimes. But he was pissed off at me from that moment on. He's like, you know what? I don't need you making cue cards for me and da da da. The other thing he was mad about was that we were takes. But if you don't know your lines, we have to do as many takes as we have to do until it's great. That's just, otherwise you're not going to look good, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But his back hurts from all of the stunts he's done in his life. He has a lot of back pain.
Cannonball Run 2.
Yeah. But I mean, we went back and forth we would literally fight verbally. And he would say, I learned how to act from a man named Jimmy Stewart. Is that good enough for you? Orson. Like, he called me Orson Welles. How many takes do we got to do? Right? And then the next day he'd come in. He'd be super nice. He'd know every line. And then the next day he wouldn't. And it would just go back and forth, until finally one day, I'm going up in a helicopter to shoot aerial shots of a car race. And Burt Reynolds is like, along with 3,000 extras, is supposed to be standing on a dais where the finish line is.
Right.
Just as I'm about to go off in the helicopter, I get a call from the AD, and it says, Burt wants to know if he can go home. And I'm like, yeah, stand in the white suit, and we'll be good. So I fly around for 3 hours. Next day, we're shooting a scene with Burt and Jessica Simpson. Jessica Simpson's waiting there. Burt's not coming. And the AD goes, where's Burt? And the second assistant director comes over and goes, Burt won't come out of his trailer. He wants to see Jay, he wants to see the first AD, and he wants to see me now, right? So we walk across the thing to his trailer, knock on the door. Production assistant sort of leads us over there, right?
Right.
Production assistant knocks on the door kicks open, and there's Burt standing there in his white pants, he hasn't finished hair and makeup yet. He's furious, right? He goes, get the fuck in here! And we all file in, including the production assistant, right? And he sits down, and we're all standing in a semicircle, and he just starts chewing me out. And he's like, what kind of lens do you think you're shooting from a helicopter? You can't see anyone's face. I've directed a couple. He's like losing it, right? And I'm like, hey, Burt, I said you could go. And he goes, shut the fuck up. I super scooper. And then he starts going around the room, and he looks at the producer. He goes, I like you. And he looks at the first AD. He goes, I like you too. And then he looks at the production assistant. He goes, I don't know you. And he looks at me. He goes, but I don't like you.
Jeez.
Right? And then there's a knock on the door. And he goes, come in! And a woman walks in with a little black bag, a nurse.
Ah, here we go.
He stands up, pulls his pants and underwear down to his knees.
Okay.
She injects him.
Uh-huh.
He goes, get the fuck out! So then she pulls his pants back up, sits down, and then he's like... Like he's gone. Like he's literally gone. And he's like, they say Demerol's as good as Percocet. It isn't. I like Percodan, but only in the evening. And he's rolling through all the different pharmaceuticals, that, pain pills. And then he starts to come out of it, right? And he goes, you want to see a good movie? Watch this. And he frisbees a DVD at me. Back hurts, right? So we go to my trailer, and we put it in the machine, and we start watching it. And it's every stunt he's ever done set to classical music. It's like him.
I really want to see this.
I have it. Him falling off a building, grabbing onto a tree limb, it breaks, slams to the ground. Car ball thing, getting creamed. Right. And at the end of it, you're like, God damn, is he cool? I mean, what a cool guy.
Wow.
Like, you're such a tough guy. And so then... he comes out of the trailer. We shoot the scene. He knows every line, and he nails it, right? We have 1 week left in the movie, and he's awesome. He's just nailing it. He knows every line. He's just killing it. No mention of this explosion of insanity. On the last day, he kind of fucks up a line a couple times, and then it just out of the blue yells, God damn stupid Indian! Oh. And he goes, not you, me, I'm a quarter Cherokee, I'm Indian too. Right? That's right. And we're all hugging, saying goodbye to each other. And he hugs me, and he puts his lips by my ear, and he goes, will you ever forgive me? Will you ever forgive me? It's like I was in Deliverance. I mean, it's amazing. This guy.
Oh, my Lord.
Will you ever forgive me? Will you ever forgive me?
Wow, that is the best.
Wow, dude.
See, this is why I would never want to be a director of anything. Like trying to get people to
with
move
Burt
around.
Reynolds. Did you ever forgive him?
I love him.
Yeah, it's Burt Reynolds.
I love him. He's
right.
Burt Reynolds.
Would you do another movie with him?
I love him.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't know, making films it's like a really hard thing to do. I think it's for people who are called to. I think it's like certain people can do it. You clearly can do it. I tried doing it once. It's a disaster. I wrote the script. I'm in the movie. I directed the movie, and I hate it.
It's hard.
Yeah, I don't like.
It ruins two good jobs.
Yeah, it's tricky. But I've talked to directors.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to corral people to do it a certain way. And if you get on board, and if when actors know their lines, everything goes great.
Yeah. It's all about, they say it's all about casting as well, right?
It is.
The right people.
You just cast the right people who will read the lines well, and that's really mostly what you have to do. I mean, to be fair to Burt, like when he made Smokey and the Bandit, a typical script is 110, 120 pages. He told me Smokey and the Bandit script was 70 pages, and that they just sort of riffed the rest. And they were amazing. I mean, it's an amazing movie.
Yeah, it's fun, Phil. It's fun, but Willie was all right, I would imagine, right?
Willie's the best. I mean, he's a human joke machine.
He's fantastic. I remember he was on the late night show a bunch of times. He was fantastic.
You ever heard him with he and Matthew McConaughey would hang out? They're always hanging out together.
Yeah,
smoke gorilla dick.
Yeah. No, gorilla's like a tiny little.
No, but he's an anomaly in the gorilla world. Science studies him, man. I love Willie Nelson. Go ahead.
I get very annoyed when Willie Nelson's tour bus was stopped in Texas.
Yeah,
and they arrested him for having marijuana. And I'm like, it's fucking Willie Nelson, Sherlock. Yeah. No, that's not, like, everybody knows he's got marijuana. Leave him alone.
Right.
That's like arresting the Statue of Liberty or something. You can't do that.
Marijuana in my truck.
He was such a nice man. A little confused by being where he was when we were on the late night show. I think just because it was moving so fast and stuff like that.
Where am I? I don't know.
A little bit. But he was really sweet.
He's a good actor, though. I remember seeing him first in Michael Mann's Thief.
Yeah.
He plays the master thief who taught James Caan. How you doing? I'm James Caan. I'm a thief. Anyway, but he was in that film. He's a really good actor, though.
Wait a minute. James Caan sounds like a
how you doing? I'm James Caan.
What was the voice he was doing earlier?
Steven Seagal?
No.
They all sound the same.
You've got an all-purpose
Yeah,
one
that
size
guy.
fits
How you
all.
doing?
Yeah, because that's what you did for R2D2.
How you doing? I'm R2D2.
Yep, beep, beep, boss.
What do you need? You need a hologram? What do you need? Look at this shit. Here, she'll take her top off in a minute. Watch this. Yeah. All right, give me the disc. I got to get out of here.
So do you still have Burt Reynolds all his stunts put together to classical music?
Yeah, I do.
I'd quite like to see that.
I do.
You want to post that?
Yeah.
Yeah, get that on
That's
YouTube.
amazing.
Man.
Yeah, that really is.
Was it just a personal thing he was handing out, or is this something that he
He
distributed?
clearly had a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
On
just for
hand.
him, just personal, but to give to
Yeah.
friends.
Did you guys stay in touch after the movie?
I saw him at the premiere.
Right.
No, we didn't. We didn't stay in touch.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
I can't imagine he's like in touch with anyone. It doesn't sound like he's in
he
touch with anyone.
famously fired his agents after he saw Boogie Nights. Right? They screened it for him at the agency. And he said, "I can't believe you guys put me in this piece of shit."
Wow. That's a great movie.
Yeah, but you know, it's an indication of he doesn't always know exactly what he doesn't have the same feeling that everybody else does about life.
Yeah,
because that was the comeback for Burt Reynolds.
No doubt.
I mean, that was the big. Was that one of his best performances?
And then he oils his legs in the next one with Demi Moore. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
Oh, striptease?
Yeah.
You know that movie that Boogie Nights? He supposedly in the first 2 days was doing a Scottish accent. Have you heard this?
No.
He came in 2 days, was doing a Scottish accent for that part. The director,
Paul Thomas Anderson,
had to shut down and go, "Wait a minute, no, you can't do that."
Ho, wee farty. Aye, see the videos, like, you do that, and then he'll come over and he'll put his penis in your bottom. That'll be fine. Oh, not you, donkey. Not you.
I'm Jack Horner. You like washing dishes?
Yeah, aye.
You got a gorilla penis.
Oh, look at the size of the penis on that. That's fabulous.
Goddamn Indian. I mean me. I'm quarter Cherokee. It's just the stupidest thing.
Oh my!
Who's he yelling at? What's wrong with him? I love him.
I like the idea. I think they should go back and shoot it again with Burt Reynolds.
Yes,
or just dub it. We can just dub it.
You should dub it.
I bet those dailies are there somewhere, right?
Oh, that would be something else. That would be something else.
Oh man, you need to get a hold of those.
Yeah.
Get those on YouTube.
Yeah,
you can go viral, bro. You could go viral.
You could go viral with those things. All right, we're going to take a break. Do I have anything that I want to talk about?
Yeah, you have something you were going to say.
Regale us, will you?
Well, let me just tell you this. I mean, look, you've got that amazing Burt Reynolds story, but let me tell you something, Jay. GoDaddy's mission.
Mm-hmm.
The Craig Ferguson Show. Don't go anywhere. The really good stuff is coming up right after the break.